is the Network Journal Report. I'm Gary Anthony Ramsey. Here are some of the top business stories making headlines in your world in September of 2010. Our top stories include: the Obama administration shakes up its economic team. The Republican Party pledges to America to stop the Obama agenda. The jobless rate takes a spike in the wrong direction. 1 in 4 African Americans now live in poverty. And a former video giant heads to bankruptcy. Our top story: the midterm shakeup of the Obama administration continues with the departure of his chief economic advisor. Lawrence Summers will leave the White House to return to Harvard University. Summers is the third member of Obama's economic team to leave in recent months. He follows Budget Director Peter Orszag and Christina Romer, who is the head of the Council of Economic Advisors. Many Republicans who see this as a sign that Obama is rethinking his economic policy have urged the president to replace Summers with someone who is more, quote, business-friendly. Well, Republicans didn't make things any friendlier in Capitol Hill after they released the blueprint for what they would do if they took control of Congress. They're calling it the Pledge to America, and its main focus appears to be reverse or stop anything on the president's agenda. At the top of the list for the plan, Republicans vow to repeal the health care law, permanently extend the Bush tax cuts even to the wealthiest Americans, and cap the use of unspent stimulus money, which now stands at $210 billion. The White House has responded by calling it a return to the failed policies of the Bush years.
But the chair of one of their campaign committees already told us their intentions. He said that if the other party takes control of Congress, they plan to pursue, and I'm quoting here, the exact same agenda as they did during the last administration.
In the Pledge to America, Republicans describe the president as arrogant and out of touch. The changes from the national health care law went into effect. Insurers can no longer deny coverage to children with pre-existing conditions. They can no longer cap lifetime spending on medical costs, and now parents can keep their children on their insurance policies to age 26. The administration got more bad news as unemployment numbers took an unexpected jump. First-time filers for unemployment have climbed to 465,000 people. The spike comes after 2 straight weeks of declines and word that the recession officially ended last June. The news drove stocks lower as jittery investors reacted immediately. The jobless rate, one of the most watched indicators of the state of the economy, still hovers at about 9.6%. About 1 in 4 African Americans under the age of 30 does not have a job. The unemployment news comes on the heels of a new report by the U.S. Census, which says that about 1 in 7 Americans now live in poverty. For African Americans, the number is 1 in 4. The results of the census show that 44 million Americans are now living at or below the poverty line, which is $11,000 per year for a single person, $22,000 per year for a family of 4. But the census does not factor in government or private assistance programs that provide various forms of help. It also doesn't consider credit spending, which could offset their numbers by as much as 10%. One-time video rental giant Blockbuster has filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. The Dallas-based company is carrying more than $900 million of debt, according to filings with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. The company is working with debt holders on a plan under which it would continue to operate, but it would close hundreds of its 3,000 nationwide stores. Blockbuster failed to keep up with digital technology as customers have moved away from renting films through their outlets in favor of online services such as Netflix. Cory Booker has more than 27,000 people who like his Facebook page. But he's apparently made a $100 million impression on the owner of the world's largest social networking site. Mark Zuckerberg made a donation for that much to the Newark public school system. He has no connection to Newark. His friendship with Booker is the only link. The Facebook creator and Booker made it official on the Oprah Winfrey Show. Zuckerberg makes the huge pledge 1 week before the release of the new movie, The Social Network. The film allegedly depicts the 26-year-old billionaire as socially awkward and hungry for money and prestige. The Newark public school system serves more than 40,000 kids and has an annual operating budget of $800 million per year. Another social networking site was part of a different kind of infusion, as it appears the Twitter network was hacked, creating headaches for thousands of users. The problem created pop-up windows to appear. Those windows contained malicious codes that could invade poorly protected computers. The problem only affected people who went to Twitter.com. Twitter says its security protocols shut down the system, but not before thousands of users were hit. Security breaches had been common in Twitter's early days, but the company has since worked to beef up its security network, and the problems have become less common. Last week's hack coincided with Twitter's ongoing rollout of a redesign of its website. For a complete look at business news that affects your world, subscribe to the Network Journal. You can always feel free to check us out here at TNJ.com. And for a complete look at national and international news affecting your world, go to OurNewsNow.com. That's the Network Journal Report. I'm Gary Anthony Ramsey.